This is Porsche's all-new hypercar. It's called the Mission X, and it's a successor to the iconic 918 Spyder and legendary Carrera GT. And Porsche is getting ready to try to break the Nürburgring lap record with it. This means it'll have to beat the AMG One's current lap record, and that's basically a Formula One car with a roof and an extra seat. But before we get into the car's performance, I want to talk about the way it looks. In short, it looks incredible. It's very different from the 919 Street that Porsche revealed a few years ago. It definitely isn't just a Le Mans car with some nice paint, some new wheels, and a set of indicators. It's a completely new car that Porsche designed from the ground up. One of the most head-turning things about it are the headlights. Instead of round lamps like on almost every other Porsche, you get 4 vertical bars on each side. They look a bit like someone's taken the headlights off a 963 racing car and flipped them round by 90 degrees. Speaking of which, the Mission X definitely takes some inspiration from that racing car's silhouette when you look at it from the side. It's very low, very long, and very aerodynamic. Even the retro-style wheels have aero covers at the back like old Porsche Group C cars. Speaking of which, the back of the Mission X has obviously been designed with aerodynamics in mind. You don't get a huge rear wing, but there's an absolutely giant diffuser that takes up almost the entire rear bodywork. This helps the Mission X produce even more downforce than a 911 GT3 RS. And that car, with its gigantic rear wing, produces 860 kilograms of downforce at 177 miles an hour. Somehow Porsche has managed to top this figure without giving the Mission X loads of wings and splitters like the GT3 RS. So it'll actually look quite subtle for a hypercar. Porsche said it did this on purpose to prove that hypercars don't have to look aggressive. So listen up, Pagani and Koenigsegg, Porsche reckons you're all doing it wrong with your angry looking hypercars. And speaking of the Nürburgring, Porsche has a lofty goal in sight for the new Mission X. It wants its hypercar to break the lap record for road legal cars around this legendary racetrack. The current record for a road car was set by Mercedes with the AMG One. It completed a lap in 6 minutes 35.183 seconds. That's more than 8 seconds quicker than the previous record, which was set by a Porsche 911 GT2 RS with some upgraded parts from Manthey Racing. It's also about 22 seconds quicker than the lap time set by a Porsche 918 Spyder back in 2013. It's easy to see how the AMG One is so quick, because it's as close to a road legal racing car as you can get. It has the same 1.6 litre turbocharged V6 engine as a Mercedes 2015 Formula One car, but it also comes with 4 electric motors that boost the car's combined power to more than 1060 horsepower, and it has all sorts of wild active aero to produce masses of downforce to let you corner at insane speeds. Porsche is ready to move the game on yet again with the new Mission X, because this all-new hypercar is going to be a pure electric vehicle. But don't get too worried just yet. This new car could be one of the best hypercars of the 21st century. Porsche hasn't confirmed how much power it'll have, but it has said it'll have an incredible power-to-weight ratio of about 1,000 horsepower per tonne. To put that into perspective, a Porsche 918 Spyder with the Weissach pack weighs 1,634 kilos, and it has just 887 horsepower. This means it has a power-to-weight ratio of 543 horsepower per tonne. That's about half what this new car will have. The AMG One weighs in at 1,695 kilos and has 1,063 horsepower, giving it a power-to-weight ratio of 627 horsepower per tonne. That's about 370 horsepower per tonne less than this new Mission X. Porsche's ambitious 1,000 horsepower per tonne figure puts its new flagship in the same league as cars designed to break world top speed records. For example, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus has a power-to-weight ratio of 802 horsepower per tonne, and the Koenigsegg Jesko just sneaks ahead on the Porsche with a figure of 1,151 horsepower per tonne. But neither of those two cars have been designed to break lap records. In fact, one of the only cars that might stand a chance of beating the Mission X around the Nürburgring is the Bugatti Bolide. That car has the same 1,600 horsepower engine as a Chiron Supersport, but it only weighs 1,450 kilos. That gives it a power-to-weight ratio of 1,103 horsepower per tonne. And unlike the Bugatti Chiron and the Koenigsegg Jesko, the Bolide has some hardcore aerodynamics, just like a proper racing car. But there's one very important area where Porsche still has the edge. The Bugatti Bolide isn't going to be road legal. Porsche, however, has said that you absolutely would be able to drive the Mission X on the road.